Bull is pinned down by the helicopter's neck. There's a look of helplessness in its eyes. The girl steps forward to help, but she couldn't lift the helicopter with her small body. Just then, the helicopter rose up from the ground. The girl looked up and a huge figure emerged from the smoke. It was the 31-meter-tall King Kong. He held the airplane in his hands like a toy and then threw it away. The girl was too frightened to move. However, King Kong turned away and did not attack her. It seems because the girl's act of saving the brute touched King Kong. Just a few hours ago, King Kong slaughtered most of the girl's companions. The reason for this was that when people first came to the island, they directly dropped countless shells to wreak havoc. Of course, King Kong wanted to stop people from destroying his home. He pulled up a tree and threw it into the sky, sticking it straight into an airplane. King Kong thought this would get the people to back off. Little did he realize that the others immediately surrounded him. The soldiers launched a fierce attack on King Kong. King Kong was completely enraged and began to fight back. He hammered one plane and then grabbed another. The people inside weren't wearing seatbelts. They fell directly into King Kong's mouth. The soldiers on the ground were trampled to death like ants, but the people vowed to become the landlord. So they increased their fire output at King Kong. Yet he grabbed another transport plane, smashing hard into the last plane. These airplanes were as fragile as toys in his hands. In no time, all the airplanes were all shot down. After the big battle, the colonel counted the number of people and decided to go find King Kong to take revenge. But what they didn't know was that the real crisis on the island wasn't King Kong. They had just walked into the bamboo forest when a soldier stopped and looked up to drink water. But the next second, the water bottle fell to the ground. A piece of bamboo runs him completely through. His companion looked up the bamboo. It was actually the leg of a giant spider. The soldiers immediately opened fire, but none of them hit the vitals. At that moment, one of the teammates was captured by the spider, so they cut off all the legs of the spider. The companion saw this and rushed to fire and hit him in the vitals. Seeing that the spider was not moving, the colonel added a few more shots to the spider's eyes, which ended the fight. At this time, a soldier who had crashed in the north was washing his face by the river. He stumbled upon King Kong, who was as tall as a mountain. King Kong sees the soldier but doesn't hurt him. Instead, he checked the wound on his arm in the river. Then he took a handful of water, but just 2 sips. He then sensed that danger was approaching.